on the YouTube. I tell them, no, we're supposed to be on YouTube. Anyway,
but before we go to the
let's so we're taking our break now, so we can join them. Let's take the first break, Dr. Fontaine. That break now, yeah.
Looking for a quiet, relaxing place to stay? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Leaving the office late and need somewhere close to town? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Have business clients coming in and need accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Looking for group accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Located at 37 Goodwill Road in Portersville, upstairs ACS Supermarket. Enjoy our semi-self-contained rooms with private washroom, bathroom, Wi-Fi, air condition, cable network, mini refrigerator, all in a non-smoking environment. Call or WhatsApp at 1767-275-1899 or email us at info@portersplaceguesthouse.com to make your reservations. Porter's Place, your home away from home. Fit for a king, a queen, and all their royal subjects.
All you where in Roseau, Kimashadis, you can just walk in and order all your chicken parts, wholesale, and even enjoy retail. It's at AC Shillingford, all chicken parts available that you can afford. Fresh breast, and you know breast is best. Shillingford wings have muscle. After you eat it, you can fly. As for Shillingford chicken drumsticks, even swinging stars just order drumsticks from Shillingford. And for those of you who love Pull, AC Shillingford keeps your belly full. Buy your chicken wholesale at AC Shillingford. From wings to thighs to drums to breasts to backs to necks, it's available. It's always available and it's affordable. Plus, you've got pork feet, ham and turkey, bull foot, chicken nuggets, pepperoni, all those right seasonings to make your kitchen keep on ticking. Buy your wholesale chicken at AC Shillingford. When you think of chicken, think of AC Shillingford. Always fresh.
Yeah, we are back, and we will soon be joined by the president of the Athletics Association, Mr. Brendan Williams, who recently came from Paris. He was part of the delegation at the Olympic Games. So obviously, we want to speak to him for some time to tell us how he felt the Dominican contingent did in France. Lobby, we had what, 4 people there in France? Lobby, you hearing us?
Yeah, sorry. We had 2 athletes and two swimmers.
2 athletes and 2 swimmers. So we want to hear from Mr. Williams, because we want to also know that how many athletes have qualified for the under-20. The under-20 takes place, I think it starts on Monday or over the weekend. I'm not sure. He will tell us all that. The World Athletics under-20.
If there is any.
Well, all that we want to know, because we want to know our local athletes are going somewhere. We don't want to know every time Dominica is participating that is somebody from overseas.
But Sebastian, if something is starting on Monday, news of Dominica participation in the under-20, that should be out. That should be out, on the media.
Well, I don't know if it came on other media. That I don't know. So he probably.
I haven't heard that myself. I listened to it. I don't know that at all.
Yeah, because the World Championships takes place. Where is it, in Chile? I think, I'm not sure. Or Poland. I'm not sure, but I know it starts this weekend, I think, and then he will be able to tell us, because it's important because you see, these are the athletes now that in the next Olympics that should be taking part for Dominica.
That is a stepping stone, Sebastian, because you have other major games, All right, you're hoping that that some of them, based on the kind of times and distance and height, what they can, that they can be there and compete with the best, because it's not easy nowhere. I am telling you, when I'm watching, look, the 800-meter record that was put by this guy from Kenya. Nobody thought, everybody was thinking out how long, maybe next how many years, just like look, what we are seeing right now, this 800-meter record can go anytime. Anytime. It's unbelievable what people are running nowadays. It's not easy at all. It's a lot of preparation, quality preparation, and you need a lot of support. A lot of support, not just saying, oh God, and the athletes get a medal, but it's a lot of work out there. Praise God, Fia, for example, she's a professional athlete. She has finance available for coaching, all right, for strength training, for gym, as you asked for in terms of about physio. It's the whole package. It's a whole package. So
Yes, Lobby, it's a total management of the athlete.
All right.
Total management. And we have to see how we manage our athletes over the next 4 years. People like Dennis Luke, or we can manage him over the next 4 years so he can get a medal in 2028.
Okay, guys, I think we have Mr. Williams with us now, joining us online. Good night, Mr. Williams. Brendan?
Good night, Sibo. Good night, Mr. Landa. Good night, Mr. Loba.
Good night.
And the rest of the listening public. I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
We're hearing you loud and clear. And nice to have you. Well, let me say, I would have to say congratulations on Fia, because she's part of the local athletics association would have to recommend her to take part in the Olympics. So obviously, I am sure you as the president would have been happy when she won that medal up in France.
Oh yes. Like you said, Thea falls directly under the auspices of the Dominic Athletics Association, and we at the Athletics Association were extremely proud in Thea's accomplishments at Paris. To see Thea's journey from Rio 2016 to now, it was just an amazing experience and to witness that.
So were you always confident that you were going to get? I mean, obviously you all thought you would have won a medal, but you were confident that you would win gold.
As it relates to winning a medal, yes, we're confident that you will win a medal. With Julie Maroas out of the competition, the chances of her winning gold went up tremendously based on the form that she's been in. She has been the only athlete to cross 15 meters for the entire season, and leading up to the Olympics, she was consistent, jumping 1470, 1480. So yes, we were proud. We were expecting her to win gold.
While we're in fear, Mr. President, it's my understanding that the committee that's taking care of organizing for her this weekend, your association is not represented on that committee, right?
The Dominica Olympic Committee is represented on the committee.
Yeah, but it's local. As I said earlier, FIA is an athlete. Even if the Olympics, DAA had to recommend her to take part in the Olympics, right?
That is correct.
Right, but they haven't contacted you all, so even if not you, but somebody from your association to be part of the committee.
They have been contacting us to put things in place for them, but
not part of the committee itself.
The committee, no.
My goodness, you guys want to ask a question?
Go ahead. Brendan Williams,
yes,
what
sir.
was the experience like when Fia Lafleur jumped over 15 meters? Soon after, the young lady from St. Lucia, Julian Alfred, won the 100 meters. What was the experience? You were there. What was the experience? How did you feel?
It is not something that I can easily describe. It was one filled with emotion. I know for sure I jumped on the chairs with the Dominica flag in excitement, because I know for sure 15 meters was a jump that no one would be able to catch, based on the form that Thea was in and based on the form that the other girls were in. So I at that point, I was extremely excited, but also nervous, because Thea jumped that in the second round, and you had there about 12 other girls, each having about 4 other jumps to go. So every jump, it was almost nail biting.
Lobby, you were asking some question. Brendan is here now. You can ask him.
Yes, Brendan. No. On Fia's jump. First of all, when Roas got injured, I knew she was a strong favorite for the gold medal. The only friend I saw was Ricketts, and when Ricketts from Jamaica, and then when she jumped, she hit that board, hop, and when she stepped, and when I saw her hang in that air, I said myself, "Don't tell me she gonna take that gold medal from here." It was did you realize that when we
Yeah,
get jumped?
but yeah, the thing is now, Ricky's every jump she takes because of her long strides, it feels like she's way in the pit. But
But good.
yes, go ahead.
Look, nobody hang. When she hung in that air, let me tell you something. She was sailing there. She does. I know what I'm. She does. I said to myself, "Don't tell me she gonna hit that 15." I watching where fear jump. I said, "Wow, okay, that's
The,
it."
the only thing is that I was looking at the takeoff board as well, and she took off a little bit further away from the board. So even though she hung a bit in the air, she was a few
But
centimeters
she was
off.
close to the pit too.
Yes,
Her
she was
step,
close to the pin. Yes, she was
yeah,
close
her
to the pin.
step. I tell you, when
But
that I said, "Oh my God, don't tell me she going to hit 15," because anything can
but
happen. As a jumper, anything can happen. Jumping and throwing, anything can happen. It takes one jump.
and like you rightly said that I'm saying Thea, Shanika, because of her three phases in the jump, it is known that her third phase is her shortest phase, which was a jump.
Mhm.
So that was the only thing that comforted us during the competition, knowing that she had a huge hop and step, but on the third phase, that was the issue.
That's
Mr. President, Dennis Luke. Okay.
Danica.
He 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 reached the semifinals, right? At the on the in the what?
800.
800 meters.
No, he did not
no.
make
He didn't make. He didn't make.
semifinals.
Just the
He
first
did not
round.
make the semifinals. So,
Yeah.
what is going to be done now to get a kid like that ready for the next Olympics? What steps are you all going to put in place to ensure that guy now, next Olympics, he can even get to the final of the Olympics?
Okay, so just like correction, Danik, in the Olympics format now, they introduce a repechage round. So
Right.
if you did not make it through the heats, they give the athletes another opportunity to make it to the semifinals.
Okay.
And then for Danik, look, Danik is supported by the Dominica Olympic Committee, where he's getting an Olympic Solidarity Scholarship. That is why he's able to train in Jamaica, just like Thea Lafont, who is on an Olympic Solidarity Scholarship. So he's one that we're looking at for early 2028 and to remain within his training program at the GC Foster College. Right now, we are speaking with his coach up in the GC Foster College to see how much resources, how much more added training, what next can we do for Danik so that he can be prepared. But for now, he's just resting, and then we'll have the preparation for 2028 because we have to start preparing these athletes from now. It's not a year before or 2 years before. We have to start preparing the athletes from now.
But Brendan,
Yes.
yes, Miss Troll, who is he's an agent. All right, that I don't know if you are aware of that. Miss Roll is his agent, and I know that she has been
Which role are you talking about, Lobby?
at Satiko.
She's his agent? You sure of that?
So
Right?
so
No, just tell us. We don't know. I don't
I'm
know.
telling you, she's the one. Yeah, she's the one assisting him. I've been helping him get him up in Jamaica. I'm telling you about that. She's the one behind him. She's the
Well, I
agent.
know there's a difference between helping and being an agent. That's why I asked you if
She
she
has been
really
helping
is
him,
agent.
Thibaut. She has
Huh?
from Dominica. She took the guy. It's a serious about. She has been helping him from day one. But let me tell you that I think first of all that that is my opinion. You might be different to me, but I think getting him to the US, Jamaica, 800 no 800. But that's where I'm looking at quality training for the future. You'll have volume. You have Jamaica haven't got the volume of quality middle distance runners like here to get in the States. I don't know how he can get, if it's possible, get him to a school in the US. That is my opinion.
So point of clarification on a few points you raised. One, Cheryl is assisting him. She's not his agent, and she has been financially assisting a lot of our athletes here. She take them on board because Cheryl is very passionate about sports. So Danik Luke, Floyd Pond, Karel Etienne, Danielson Maute, and a few other athletes that she basically oversee in terms of financing them where they have the shortfall. As it relates to training, if we speak US, we could look at the Olympics. US did not fare too well in the Olympics, and if you look at the 800 meters, they did not even have athletes who made it to the finals in the 800 meters. So
correction, Brendan.
So Mr. Black, let me just finish my point.
But sorry. Go ahead.
So then we have to understand. We have to look at the dynamics of the athletes and how they're training. Yes, US is a superpower in terms of the North America, but we also have to look at which suitable training conditions will be available for the athletes. Because we have a lot of athletes from the Caribbean who go on to the US and they don't make it. They don't make it to the Olympics nor World Championships. So we have to look at the coach and the athletes and are they able to work together? Because if we look at, we were saying that changing a training program as of now. Denick went to Jamaica running 153. And within 3 years, because Olympics was delayed and held in 2021, within 3 years, he was able to cut down his time by 7 seconds, which is a drastic drop. So let us give the training program an opportunity to shine and blossom before we just uproot him. Because every single time he ran the 800 meters this year, he has PB'd and ran a national record.
Okay. You're talking about changing his program. I'm looking at, first of all, you said about no American wasn't in the final. But first of all, you're looking at the times. The times in the Americans running 143, 143. The times in the 800 is not easy now. All right, the quality. And I think that in terms of volume, yes, in terms of sense in Jamaica, but if I had my way, I'll try to get him in the US. And I think some of the athletes do perform in the US. You have the opportunity in terms of how talented you are. In terms, most of the athletes, for example, you look at the Junior Character Games. In Jamaica, for example, you find that some of the outstanding athletes, where you have seen they have been top at the Junior Character Games. They have been gold medalists. I'll be right. So, not all will go on. But I think we have to embrace the US for what they have been doing for the Caribbean athletes.
Yes. We're not denying that, but at the end of the day, you have to give the athletes the opportunity. If we're seeing that he is plateaued and he no longer can run the national records or PB, improving on a monthly or annual basis, then we can consider changing the program or recommending that he moves to another training. But then if you notice that for the entire year, every time he's any news clipping of him at a competition, he's PBing by more than 30 seconds.
Yeah, but they have him doing I thought I was surprised because certain time he was doing hurdles, he was doing 400 flat, then eventually ended up doing the 800.
And then another point of correction, Denick has been really running for almost 4 years now. So he's finding his own, and now he has found his specific event, the 800 meters.
Yeah, because it's not easy. As you're aware, you will aware that right now, as you can see now, it is not easy. It is rough. The middle distance upwards from the 8 go up now. It is not easy. The time
I think Dr. Fontaine has a question for you, Brendan.
Yes, I just wanted to raise something. As Brendan talked about the 800 meters, just to indicate that the record holder for the United States, Afing Miu, she fell in the when they were doing the qualifications, and she was not able to go, and she won the gold in 2020, and she was the favorite to win again. Unfortunately, she did not make it. But I wanted to ask you, Brendan. I wanted to ask about the in terms of the other athletes. We've been talking about Denick Luke, but we're looking forward to 2028 in Los Angeles.
Yes.
And I'm wondering if there are other athletes that we can begin to look towards in addition to Denick and, of course, Fear. Are there additional, and the two swimmers that we had, are there additional athletes that you believe may be in the mix come 2028?
So if I have to speak specifically to athletics, myself and the executive, we actually had that conversation recently. And some of the names that we see that will be going on to Paris 2028 are Thea Lafont, Denick Luke, Tristan James, Kerel Eaton, Addison James, Trennis Hamilton. So these are the athletes that we see can make a compelling argument towards qualifying for LA 28 based on the trajectory they are on right now.
Okay, and in terms of the events, those athletes, in case because we are not too familiar,
Okay, so we have like we know the two others, so I will not repeat them. So we have Trennis Hamilton, who does the shot put. So as of now, she is at the University of Alabama and is there about 1 meter off the qualification for shot put. So the
Okay.
qualification is 18:45 and she threw 17:75 thereabout. We have young Carol Etienne who ran 11:68 at 16 years, and by the time early 28 comes in, she will be there about 20 years, and the standard is 11:15 for the 100 meters. Don't quote me on the standard, but thereabout because I can't remember it off my head, but it's around that region. We have Tristan James, who is the national record holder in long jump. He jumped 8:08, and the standard is 8:28 for the long jump. We have Addison James, who most people know. He's actually going off to study in September at Edwin Allen High School. He secured a scholarship there, and the standard is there about 80 meters, and he's currently throwing 65 as a junior. So we expect him to mature to be attaining the standard by early 2028.
You know, Brendan, after talk about down the road, the World Athletics under 20 competition, I think it starts this weekend, right?
That is correct.
Right. Where is it again? Is it
The World Athletics competition is going to be held in Lima, Peru, and we will be
Peru, right?
represent.
Peru.
We will
How
be
many
represent.
athletes from Dominica have qualified for that competition?
Only one athlete from Dominica qualified for that competition, and that is Miss Carol Etienne. But
Right.
due to injury, Carol Etienne is unable to attend the competition. So an application was made for Addison James, who we saw was our next best junior athlete, based on accolades achieved and based on distance that he threw. He was there about 2.5 meters short of the standard. So application was made to World Athletics and the technical committee, and they accepted Addison James to represent Dominica at the World Athletics under 20 championships, which will be held from the 27th of August till the 30th.
Well, you know, Brendan, the critic will say, your critics, I'm talking about the local effort, will say, well, what are you already doing? Because too often we hear competition and we probably have one person or if the people qualify, people that live out of Dominica. So people might say, what is really the local association doing to really get our local athletics ready for competitions outside of the state?
So then the easiest way to answer them, the Athletics Association is creating the opportunities for the athletes to perform by training the coaches, by creating the opportunities for the athletes to be prepared here in Dominica, because Addison was getting a subvention from the Athletics Association for the past 6 months to prepare for the competition. Also to create the opportunities where they get scholarships overseas, because yes, it's a conversation that will always come up, and I'm sure Mr. LeBlanc will bring it up during the course of the night. We do not have a track. So
Not bring it up. You supposed to say it, not me. You supposed to say it. You supposed to say the stumbling block. The stumbling block for years now. When they go overseas, they compete on the track.
So can
and
I
we compete here on grass.
So let me just finish.
Yeah.
So then yes, but also we also have to acknowledge that the systems in place in Dominica for track and field and for sports in general, we treat sports as a hobby and not as a profession. We don't see it as an opportunity for the kids to excel. So when you go to private entities for sponsorship, to prepare the athletes for a grassroots program, they will turn you down and say, due to budgetary constraints, we are unable to do it. So we have to fend off with the funding that we get from the government, the funding that we get from the Olympic Committee, and the funding that we get from the World Athletics. Now, you have to understand that is minimal funding as it takes to prepare an athlete. The United States has quoted that to prepare one athlete to attain a gold medal will cost them there about $1 million a year. You understand? To prepare one athlete. So that is the value they have. Now, the resources that we get, if we get $1 million, it would greatly benefit all our athletes, but we do not. And, that's the only support we have from the free stakeholders that I listed earlier on.
But Brendan, first thing is this. You just made mention about the female sprinter in Jamaica. That since Carifta game, she's still injured.
So the coach decided, based on the type of injury she had, because she was still running after Carifta, but it was a lingering injury that was not going. So he decided to put her on complete rest so she can do rehab to be prepared for next season. because he sees her as a bright prospect. Because as soon as Thea won a gold medal, I received a message from the head coach of the Edwin Allen High School. Yes, congratulations on Thea's success, but we're preparing Currell to be the next medalist for Dominica.
The good thing about people understand Thea's journey. No, Alfred journey, that she was a Carif from the Carifta Games to Jamaica, from Jamaica to the US, and she had one thing that's going for Alfred, that was a physique. He was a strong athlete, very well built athlete. So that going for her, and that is one of my concern with our female athletes in Jamaica. She haven't got that strength base. And the program in Jamaica is an aggressive one, very aggressive one. And any athlete going there in Jamaica must have that strength base to cope with that aggressive training involved in Jamaica. It's very competitive in Jamaica. It's a competitive area.
But then you have to understand that if you look at the world of sports, there are a lot of persons such as Sha'Carri Richardson, who's very short, Usain Bolt, who's very tall. There are athletes who are very bulky, athletes who are very thin. So it's based on their performance and their drive. I don't see it as a deterrent for her to excel. I just see it as the intrinsic motivation that she has within and to do the work to attain her goals. That is how I see it.
No, what I'm saying is this. No.
Brendan.
I'm not.
Brendan,
Yes, sir.
I appreciate your contribution so far. You are very focused and you seem to be mentally organized. What I would like to see us doing is developing programs, being very focused. We're a small island state and we need to focus on a few athletes, be it 2 or 3. We've got 2 of them already. Denick Luke, Mr. Levy. Is Mr. Levy or Mr. Levi?
Little Levy.
Little Levy. Little Levy did an analysis of Denick Luke, and maybe you should have a discussion with him because he made some very valid points as to what Luke needs to do to improve on his performance. We need to look at another 2 athletes and focus on them, put together critical programs where they can develop and get prepared for 2028. We are a small island state and we cannot be everything to everybody.
So,
And Mr. Landa, I appreciate that comment. And yes, that is why I was easily able to identify these 6 athletes, because these are the athletes and probably 4 other athletes that we're going to put on a program that, as it relates to athletics, for the preparation for early 28. But also the Athletics Association is looking at the growth of the sport in general. So currently we're having a grassroots program across the island where we're able to attract for the summer 176 athletes. So the aim of that is to identify the athletes, train them up until they begin to specialize in various sports, and then place them on the talent identification programs where we'll basically put them with various coaches to work on various skill sets. So who we have identified to be a good jumper, we'll work with jump coach, throws, and sprints. So I understand that is what we're planning. But like we said, based on resources, there's so much we can do. But what we have done is that we have sent out proposals to various private sector entities in Dominica to collaborate with the Dominica Athletics Association so that we can actually have a sustainable program, not only for the summer, but at least for a year, and let us see the results that it would bear.
So you can identify young talent.
That is correct, sir.
Very good.
Brendan, I'm just listening to you. I'm laughing. I listen to you. I'm just saying myself. I will say again that the clubs still exist in Dominica, Brendan.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So like we had over the years, what Mr. Lander has to understand is this. He speaks about managing, about organization. What we don't normally have, you have the clubs. And the clubs they have coaches, and they have their programs. They have off-season, in-season, competitive season training. The association, the role, first of all, you have to organize local competitions. You have to not just go into the Olympic Games, you start at home. And it's very, very important. But to succeed with what you're saying there, and to move forward, we need a track. We need a track in Dominica. first and
So-
foremost right now.
so-
Wherever it is built,
So I'm for one day I will not engage in a conversation of track, but I will go back.
Very good.
I will go back into the programs with the clubs because the Athletics Association, we are actually rolling out these grassroots programs through the clubs. So we have the numbers of all the athletes, the new athletes that the clubs were able to bring in during the summer. And then we are funding them. So based on the grant for growth that we receive from Will Athletics, we're able to give each club a certain quantum of money for the operational needs and also to give the coaches a stipend so that they can be able to run the program for the summer. So we'll have a culmination of that program on the 30th of February. Of August. And then we will have the likes of Thea Lafont and Denny Kluk being around with the kids, engaging with them, motivating them to show them that, hey, I am a product of some of these grassroots programs.
Yeah.
So that is what we're going to do. And we have had a few stakeholders who have come on board. So thank you to them. And we're encouraging all those that were sent out or nice little proposals to would be able to support us as well.
but
Brendan, we know you have to go because we
Yes.
know you have this
Meeting,
meeting
yeah,
and so.
yeah.
That's one final thing I want to ask
Why
you.
for a track?
We heard of this fiasco in Antigua where the 4 students who have qualified for the world, the Antiguan made a boo-boo
Yes,
and
sir.
they didn't put in their names. Is there anything that can be done? Because I mean, it is really terrible that people prepared for years and to be denied this opportunity through no fault of theirs. What can be done to assist these people in Antigua, these 4
So-
young athletes?
So to lessen the blow, they say 4, but it's actually 5 athletes. One pull
5,
out because he's injured. But there's nothing that can be done now because
My goodness.
it was an administrative error. The deadline for entering the athletes were there about June or 4th of July, sorry. So the World Athletics and the organizing committee would have to make the provisions for all the athletes. It is the same error that occurred with the Jamaica Olympic Association,
Yeah,
where
true.
they did not enter one of the hammer throwers, even though she qualified.
True.
So it is administrative errors which are made by the administration of the Antigua Athletics Association, and it has detrimental impacts on the on the success or the careers of these athletes. So like you alluded to a while ago, that yes, the meeting that I would have to go is because I'm a council member on NACAC, which is North America, Central America, and Caribbean Athletics Council. So this is one thing we're going to examine tonight, and all other, there are a lot of other discrepancies which occurred that may not have hit the airwaves, but we're actually going to look at this to see, why it happened and how can it be avoided in the future. But it's too late for these athletes now.
Wow. We have a caller. Hold on, I don't know if it's for you. Good evening, caller.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, gentlemen.
How are you, sir?
I was just wondering, how far back does this go? Does it go all the way to the primary schools, and is there a smooth transition and sort of an expose of the young kids towards athletics and try to see how they can grow them with their sport, whatever sport activity that they have, from the primary school to the secondary school? Because you guys are talking as if athletics just pop up at some point in history. But don't they come from the schools? What is being done at the primary and secondary to attract them and to make them more serious and probably have a better quality of athletes by the time they finish high school?
Okay, Brendan, you can answer that.
Yeah, and you're so right, because the issue stems from the high school, from the primary schools, where though clubs may identify the talent to bring them into certain schools, because I know grammar school does that very well. Even the Pioneers Athletics Club, they would bring athletes, let's say, to the Goodwill School or the grammar school, so that they could be trained with the coaches such as Joel Hamilton and Cedric Harris. But what happens is that we live in a small country, and there's competition with other athletes in other sports. So you'd find a track and field athlete playing, 3 other sports, 5 other sports, and then it's a product. Who can sell the product the best? So that is what the athletics is going to do now. Let us how we can sell our product better, that we're showing that you have greater opportunity with athletics versus the other sports. Because if not, persons will be on the dream, hey, I can be a test cricketer or a T20 cricketer, make it to the Indian Premier League. But then you have to also say, hey, you can also make income in athletics. You could also it's easier to get a scholarship in track and field, and it's an individual sport. You don't have to rely on on a team to shine. So it's our selling point to the athletes, to the parents, so that we can actually keep the athletes within our sport.
Okay, Brendan, we have to
Sibo.
let you go. We know you have your meeting. Thank you so much.
Sibo, one more
Thank you.
question. One
No,
one
Lobby, he has to go. He has a
He's got to go.
meeting.
No, one
Thank
few
you very much,
seconds, Brendan.
Thank you
Brendan, a
very
few
much, Brendan.
seconds. I am
Yes,
just a
Mr.
bit disappointed that you're avoiding the word track in Dominica.
Well, Lobby, he'll have to answer that next time because we have. Thank you, Brendan. Thank you
No
so
problem.
much. Thank you.
Yes.
Very
Thank you.
impressive, Brendan.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
impressive.
No problem.
Well, Lobby, he's good. Lobby, the man say he's not going to answer that. I
No,
mean,
but Sibo, I find first of all, we're going in and we are looking at Antigua business. This track thing is look, Mr. Fong does that.
No,
We can have
hold
all the
on. You say we're
programs.
looking at
Sibo,
Antigua business. That is
Sibo.
not a. If you have a kid, let's say you have a kid, I mean, it is a sad situation that we have to feel for people, sports people.
I understand, no.
It could happen
But, they
here.
have, but listen to me,
Four
Antigua
kids.
have a track, They have two
Yes,
tracks.
that's
They
true.
have two tracks in Antigua.
Did
That's
they get
why
a
they
gold
could
this
have
year,
5
Lobby?
athletes.
They've got 2 tracks. Did they get a gold?
Huh?
Did they get a gold
No,
at the
they-
Olympics?
No, it
Well,
don't, but
they
here
might say,
they have 5
Ronald,
juniors
right? No,
going.
they might say, Ray Benjamin is a product of Antigua.
yes,
I mean,
of
he's
Antigua.
running for America, but it's Winston Benjamin, the cricketer's son, by the way.
Sibo.
Yeah, he won the 400, the hurdles, right? I mean,
It's after he moved. Listen, Mr. Bo, is this, my concern is, Sebastian, is this. Yes, you can have all the programs you have, Sebastian. We are the only one in the region that have the track. And if you want to prepare people for the future and you want growth, it's very important to have a track. That is very, very, very important. You can have all the grassroots you
But
want
you
to
didn't hear
have.
the man say they'll have a track next year. You didn't hear him say that?
Where?
The Prime Minister, Low Black, a track is necessary but not sufficient to excel in athletics.
It is, brother.
How
Brother,
long
look,
have you
you
been in
can't
athletics
tell
in
London.
Low Black?
As a
How long
coach,
have you been in athletics in Dominica?
come on, man.
Did we have
You're
a track?
joking, London. You're
How long
joking
have you
now.
been in athletics in Dominica?
What is it?
How
We are too
long have you
primitive,
been
man. We're
involved
very
in
primitive.
athletics
We
in
have no
Dominica?
training. We have training.
Huh?
Primitive in the gardens. For years I stayed in the gardens. That is primitive ground. No place. Come on, man.
Well, I don't think Brendan was in the position to answer that. He said,
Why isn't he afraid? Why isn't?
well,
Look,
but look, I just told you, he's the president of the Athletics Association. He confirmed it. They have a committee looking at what they're going to do for gold medalists, and they have not even involved him.
Sibo, first of all, Sibo, you have the junior, I'll say it again, the junior character games. That's where you have all the athletes in the Caribbean from Jamaica go back. That is where they started. That's where they excelled. All right.
Okay, Lobby, we have to take an ad break now. Let's take our ad break now. Yeah. Yes, we are back, and we are supposed to be joined by noted commentator Ian Bishop. We're still waiting for him to join us. So as soon as he joins us, we will have a conversation with him the West Indies cricket. But gentlemen, by the way, there are 2 test matches going on. I don't know if you're following them. Dr. Fontaine Lobby, 2 test matches going on.
Yes, indeed.
The England Sri Lanka is on
England,
TV,
Sri
yeah?
Lanka, yes.
In fact, I called Ronald yesterday. He didn't realize that the thing. And in Pakistan, I saw Rizwan make 100, a big 100, 171 not out. Pakistan declared what, 448 for 6?
Yeah.
And you know, interesting, Bangladesh, you know the former captain, Mashrafa, his house was burnt down.
Yep.
Yeah, he was a member of parliament, you know, during the student protest. His house was burned, flattened.
Wow.
Yeah, during the student protests. And even Shakib Al-Assam apparently was a member of the party that have been ousted, and a lot of pressure have been put on him as well. Yeah, the student protests. So
Sibo, I would have
sorry
a
for
question.
Mashrafa. I mean, he played for Bangladesh for almost 15 years, and now all he's here. I mean, in fact, a lot of the members of the Bangladesh cricket committee, a lot of them haven't been seen or heard of since the uprising. Yeah, they have a new president now. The Bangladesh
Very young guy.
board, because a lot of the people haven't been heard of. Because, you know, in these countries, the politicians appoint the committees in Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka, and Pakistan, and different in particular.
Too much
Politicians
autocracy,
are
yeah.
involved. So, although the ICC don't want them
Well,
involved.
exactly. I remember
Yeah.
it was the one from Sri Lanka that they had suspended for some time because of the political interference. They're supposed to be independent.
Yeah. And they have moved the T20 Women's World Cup, supposed to be in Bangladesh October. That's still been moved to the UAE. Yeah, they moved it because in the situation in Bangladesh now, nobody really would want to go there. I mean, so it had been moved.
But the Sri Lanka-England game seems to be very interesting. Eh?
Yeah.
England is ahead by 23 runs and 6 wickets down. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Let's see what happens tomorrow in that game.
Yeah.
You know, and Sibo, I find recently 2020 just taking over. I'm seeing now in Cayman Islands, a 10-10, a big
All over the
10-10,
place.
10-10. A lot of international players are involved in
You
that.
just had the 100 in England. You know, it's too much of that now, man.
Money
You know,
making.
a lot of them, I don't watch them. You just get fed up with all this T10, T20. By the way, the Dominican, the 23 team is in St. Lucia. They played again. I was watching the game today. I didn't see the end. St. Lucia had one team of 110 for 9. In fact, Pascal made 100, but you know, fella made 300. Akim Ogif made 300 and something not out against Dominica. They're on the 23. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a 3-day game. St. Lucia won by an innings and 10 runs. Yeah, August made a triple century.
Wow.
In fact, August was the West Indies captain before 2 years ago. The under-19 captain, Akim August. And strange, you know, the last three under-19 captains have been Winod Islands. Pascal this year, August 2 years ago. Before August, it was Melius from St. Lucia as well. So the last 3 captains have been Winod Islanders.
But Sibo,
Yeah, he made a triple century.
Was it Mankard and Pascal calling back?
No, I'm not sure. Look, we have a caller. Good evening.
Yeah, Sibo,
Yes.
what about that cricketer from Pakistan?
Who's that?
You want to jail last. What about him?
Imran Khan?
Yeah.
In fact, I think he won his appeal, you know.
He did.
Yeah, he won the appeal a few weeks ago, but he's still in jail. Nobody. In fact, I saw he's applied to be, at Oxford University. That's where he went. He's applied to be, even from jail, to be some, whatever it is, some post you hold for at least 5 or 10 years. So I don't know what's happened to that. But he's still in jail, Buko. Still in jail.
Okay, then. All right.
He's still in jail, yeah.
and
But
Sibo,
coming back to the local circuit, we've got this young lady coming to Dominica over the weekend. I hope Discover Dominica 480 is getting in touch with the lady and coaching her to speak positively about Dominica. We have our shortcomings. We have our problem now with rubbish all over the place. Yet still, we are a very beautiful island. They need to coach those persons whenever they speak, be it Fialafo, be it our cricketers, Afanaz, and the other Calvin Hodge, whenever they speak, because the media always want to speak to them, that they speak in a positive way and they promote Dominica. That's part of Sports Stories Up.
Yeah, we have another caller. Good evening.
Yes, just a little joke like.
Yes.
I saw Imran Khan in the prison. He's not looking so.
He's not looking well?
Eh?
He's not looking well, you say?
Oh, he's not looking so nice now. Very miserable.
Well, who would want to be look like that jail anyhow?
Stress.
I mean, to be in jail. And this kind of country, they torture these guys, too. They torture them. Yeah, I mean, jail in Pakistan and this place is not a place you want to be at all.
It's very unfortunate.
Yeah, you don't want to be. Yeah, we're still struggling to get Ian Bishop. We're still supposed to be waiting on him. We haven't seen him yet. So we'll go on. Maybe we'll try and get in touch with the basketball people because. Yeah, Lobby, you wanted to say something?
Yes, on the cricket.
Lobby.
Yes,
you're muted, no?
Can you hear me?
Lobby, go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we're hearing you now.
Yes, on the cricket. No, you said that Dominica against St. Lucia. That is on a guy scored a triple.
Yeah.
And see, but these things that is unheard of. Unheard of. It shows that we were so formidable in those years in bowling and batting. See, but it is. I just can't understand what happened to us now.
Hold on, Lobby. Let's take this call. You'll come back to you. Good evening.
Yes, good evening, Sebastian.
Good evening. Hey, what's up, my bro? What's up?
Right, and good evening to Dr. Fountain and to Mr. Lander.
Yes, good evening.
Good night.
Right. I am hoping that with all the charade that this administration is going to make with TLR4, they have already located somewhere that they can buy so that we can have a proper track. And I would like to propose Ben Chillingford has a place down there. We can buy more land from him and make a proper track and a proper athletic stadium. That's my proposal, that we can buy that from Ben Chillingford. We could buy the piece by the seaside, or we could buy the piece towards the mountain side. So that's a place we can buy to have a track to give PLR for, so that she can tell whatever committee or whatever that we have a place to make a track. But in all, I really do not expect anything. I expect them to just wine and dine and make her feel nice and send her back and stuff. That's how this administration operates. Good evening, gentlemen.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. We have another caller. Good evening.
Hello, good evening to everybody on the panel.
I hear you talking about that lights again. You say you were feeling hot. I heard you.
Lander spoke about something there, and I agree with Lander. Lander was saying that they should give our athletes some information about Dominica, right? Because even when they were interviewing Rafford, they were asking her, if you want to come to Dominica, where is Dominica? You don't know the place at all then. So she spoke about where it is in Guadeloupe and so on, see how many people they have, and that is it. I say, shucks, man. You should have said we have all of our 365 rivers, we have our waterfall. You understand? I listen, I say, oh, shucks, man, she forget those things. So probably if you give it to them, then they'll have that. So I really agree to what Lander said, because we have so many things she could have said, because the people were asking her where Dominica, if you want to come to Dominica. She only mentioned how many. I'm not blaming her, I'm just talking to say how many people we have, or what Guadeloupe and Martin, but all the other things didn't come, like our rivers or waterfalls, where you can our Creole Fest. Just talk about them. So that's a good idea. I just wanted to tell Lander that's a very good idea.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you, Daide. Thank you. We have another caller. Good evening.
Yes, again, Mr. Lander, I agree with you that the tourism people need to coach those people how to speak when they're in front of the press, because they seem to be pressed, shocked. You cannot really say anything, because you cannot be in the sporting world today as an African. When you see a mic, you go momo,
But you think the tourism people even know when these things taking place? You think they know? You think they're watching this thing? Caller? You believe so?
Yeah, what I saw CLR for an interview, and when they ask us, and she started telling whatever, and then we have a gold medal. She don't wanted to say that we have a. But let me leave that alone. Good evening.
I believe though proactively discover Dominica authority to develop sports tourism. We failed miserably with the international T20 to come to Dominica. But when we have athletes of that quality, we need to coach them so when they speak to the public at large all over the world, they can promote Dominica in a very cost-effective way.
We have another caller. Good evening.
Yes, good evening, Sibo.
How are you, man?
Good. Good evening to your guests, Ronald, Dr. Fontaine,
Good night, my partner.
Lobby and Lambi. Sibo, I have a teaser for you while you're waiting for Bishop.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was reading that Samoa's wicketkeeper Darius Weiser broke Yuvraj Singh 17-year-old record in a T20 game.
In an over, he scored 39 runs?
Say again?
He scored 39 runs in an over? Is that
He
what?
scored 39 runs
In an over, yeah.
How is that possible?
Well, somebody bowl at no ball. No, you should bowl at no ball. Or wide.
An over is 6 legitimate deliveries.
Right.
If he scores 6 sixes, because that from the no ball, yesterday we played no ball. From the no ball, he scored a 6 coming from the no ball. The 6 goes to his score, but the no ball goes to the team score. So how they can accredit the no ball to him?
Well, I don't know. Well, I saw it when they say he scored 39 runs, and I was wondering myself in an over.
And say he break this record. I said that cannot be. The free ball go to the team score.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
the 46 go to him, so he didn't score 49. He scored 36 runs. So I don't understand how they can come up with that record.
Yeah. But you know, Dr. Fontaine, I always speak about this DRS, and I always have a problem. I always have a problem, as I know, with this TV umpire's call. And 2 decisions there. Were you watching cricket when the Silver and Moti were batting? Did you see this Silver in particular? There is no way that ball could have hit the stumps if it was manipulated. You look at the guy, the umpire gives him out, they reviewed, and you could still see the ball clearly headed dog leg side. How that could have hit the stump. And that was shocking to me. Even the one of Moti. And I was checking in the game. There were 5 umpires called. All of them went against West Indies. Wow. All of them. All 5.
No, but if it is missing completely, then it's missing. It cannot.
Yeah, but what I am saying,
it's not out.
As I have said already, the people, they can manipulate those things, right? If you look at the Silvers, the ball was clearly headed down. Look at it well. Now, if you go slowly, that ball was headed down. And you could see the barely clipping. And if Moti's on, I said, look at that. Because if these guys had continued batting, West Indies could have won the game. Yeah, and Moti was batting well. He was batting very well. And all 5, I checked into the game, the umpire's call went against West Indies. All 5 of them. And I always have a problem with umpire's call because there's no way you can be out and not out on the same ball at delivery. How does that happen? And I have a problem. Lobby.
No, I'm looking at Seals from England to the West Indies. He has been on a roll.
Very well. He's bowled extremely well.
Well,
With good pace and everything.
And even Shammer had a good season also.
What was shocking, guys? Shammer Joseph went to Australia, had his breakthrough test match. He goes to Guyana, he's never played there. And there was nobody in the ground watching him.
Not only he.
Well, he in particular and Moti. Nobody was watching cricket.
Sales.
And I don't know why. We have a caller. Good evening. Hello?
Hello, Sibo.
Yes, darling.
When Mr. Ian Bishop comes on, if he comes.
Well, I don't know if because
he
he was supposed to join us and then for about 20 minutes and there's CPL tonight, the women's. So
he'll not be there.
Well, he should have joined us by now. He was supposed to join us for 20 minutes.
So I was telling you, just in case he comes on, and before I wanted to ask him a question for me, please, on my behalf, about Braff. Remember the last time you had an interview after about that, Braff with the captaincy gentleman said, as there is no who would we put. So if he comes on, just ask him that question for me on my behalf.
I will. If you get him on.
of BAF with captaincy and his scoring. I'll not be calling back.
Okay.
Thank you.
But that is another issue, Well, I've said already on that. I said in the program on business program in Barbados, there needs to be a discussion about that because that is a problem. I mean, the captain's his own performance is dwindling. He doesn't really motivate his team.
True.
Our team is struggling. Okay. When you look at West Indies this year, we didn't make the semi-finals of the Under-19, the World Cup. We didn't make the semi-finals of the T20 World Cup. We lost badly in England. We lost against Africa. We are the lowest ebb now. Oh, by the way, there's T20 tomorrow at 3 o'clock, West Indies and South Africa in Trinidad. And I do not even know why they're playing the match at 3 o'clock tomorrow. This is a Friday. People go like, play the match at 6 o'clock. Why you play the match at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? And everything. I don't understand it.
I hope people show up, though.
Yeah, you play the match, set at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. You go to 9, it's like a lime. Why play a match at 3 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow afternoon?
Sibo.
Yeah.
Just want to go back to Lander point on sports tourism.
Mm-hmm.
Just to add, Lander, just to strengthen his point. We haven't got to wait when we have, good athletes going out. That is something that should be inculcated to all our sportsmen. Even at school, people should be let them know exactly when they get the sports team. Presently, a lot of sports now taking place. A lot of sports now. Guys are traveling more than before. All right, so they have to be aware of when they get out, when they have been interviewed, they won't momote. They'll know exactly what they can say about Dominica.
We have another caller.
Yeah. Good evening. Good evening. Hello.
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 Good day.
Yes. Good evening. Hello. Go ahead. Make your point. Hello. Put off your radio. You listen to your radio. We lost it.
Yeah,
but let me ask you talk about that, Dr. Funk in London. When you listen to the Indian guys, you hear them speak and you see how clear they're in English. In fact, these guys, it's inculcating them from early. When they go to school, they train them, so that's why you hear Tendulkar, you hear Kohli, you hear Rohit Sharma, Dravid, all these guys, they speak English better than people who speak English. Yeah, so they train them early into that. They train them early. Yeah, so it's a big difference. So it's Fiala was going to, I think, I'm not sure, she went to university, I'm sure. So it's not the tourism people that really have to think. Now, if you go to college, you should be able to do that, eh?
Well, Sibo, first of all, Sibo, don't forget, I don't know, she lives in the US and she has been, and listen to me, she has been competing for Dominica at the Junior Carifta Games. So it's nothing new. All right, nothing new. She been to so many games. So in terms of knowing, I don't know, knowing, with what happened at, so limited information, she should be well informed about Dominica.
We have a caller, Lobby. Hold on. We have a caller. Good evening.
Yes, Sibo.
Yes, that's
Sibo, this thing there, children should learn this thing there from the time they head to secondary school.
Of course.
To know about your country, your culture, everything about your country. So when you go overseas, you reach a place where they come to question you, you don't mamote because you know the thing already in your head.
Well, the only thing I would say, Fiala left Dominica at the age of 7, eh? So she's been in America for over 23 years, Lobby. So all her life really is in America, not Dominica.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Sibo, she has 23, but she has been representing Dominica from.
Yeah, she a lot of nothing now. She represents Dominica, yes, but she
gentlemen, some good news there for us. Jasmine Schofield, you remember?
Yeah.
She just got silver in the women's 100-meter freestyle at the Pan Am Age Group Swimming Championship held in San Juan, Puerto Rico. So congratulations there to Jasmine Schofield.
Okay. And she was in the Olympics as well.
She was in the Olympics, yeah.
Well,
so great talent. Somebody to look forward to the next Olympics 2028.
But
and we have another caller.
Dr. Fontaine, that is
Manu, let's get this caller.
have to be.
Hold on, Robbie. We have a caller there. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes.
I would like to make a couple points.
Go right ahead, sir.
I don't think we are giving our athletes the respect that they need. I'm talking in particular Hodge, Afanez, Pascal, Tia. Apart from the skill set, we also have to recognize that these athletes, together with others, have strong beliefs in fair play, respect for the laws of the game, and engaging in a level playing field. If they did not have those good traits in them, they would never have reached that height in their fields. But today in Dominica, we have a problem respecting the laws and engaging in a level playing field in other aspects of our lives. So it doesn't seem that the sacrifices these athletes make in respecting the laws of the game, in engaging in a level playing field, it doesn't seem it is moving us to do the same thing. Because imagine after umpire gives him out, he feels he's not out. Afanez walks down and gives the umpire a tongue lash. That is not respecting the laws of the game. And in fact, he's not supposed to do that, because anytime he does that, the ICC would put some sanction on him. Maybe he would never play any game. So I am saying that we have to, apart from giving them all the commendation and whatever, we should also be influenced by their respect for the laws of the game and engagement in a level playing field and fair play. Thanks very much.
Thank you, man.
Yes, thank you. Sebastian, just to let you know that the opening ceremony of the Express des Îles Creole Basketball Championship is on now. It just started.
Yeah, are we getting Donny Robinson on the line?
We've not been able to reach him. I suspect he's part of the opening because we've not been able to reach him by phone. And they're just having the opening ceremony there.
Yeah, we are supposed to be speaking to him. Like, I hope we get him before we leave here tonight. I hope we get him. Yeah, well, that's something good. Well, as you know, we had Maggie last week there, and it's a good vibe, as they say, to have that. I hope a lot of people go down there. I myself will try and watch some of it. And Lobby, you are making a point? We lost Lobby or what?
No. Lobby is still there.
Lobby? We lost.
I think he's just muted.
Lobby, are you there? Lobby, you're making a point?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I'm saying it is just unfortunate that Dong Masak is only about 500 to 600 people down that I can hold.
Well, at least if the 500 to 600 goes tonight, it would be great.
Exactly.
Yeah, but no, people will go. People will attend that, but
I think they have calypso, all sort of thing like that tonight as well. Yeah, they have a calypso vibe there tonight.
Where?
Down there, I mean, yeah.
No, they have some entertainment at halftime, I think in before. But Sibo, I was making a point on cricket in Dominica. When I heard about this, Lucian scoring a triple century, I said that's unheard of on Dominica. I can't recall any that ever time on this earth that we are being hammered at any level like that, Sibo.
Well, to stop 300 runs, something else, 300.
No, have you ever, Sebastian, in your playing on earth, you have ever heard that we have been hammered, whether at U14 level?
Well, when I played for Dominica for 17, 18, nobody ever that never really happened. On the 19, that never happened.
I mean, at the youth level.
It's very unusual to have this level of scores. Huh?
Yeah, 300 and something runs for one batsman. Under 23 game, yeah.
Seriously. And this guy is a bright prospect, Ibo.
Well, I expect him to be. He was the last 2 years. He was in Antigua, part of the academy. I think
Okay.
now, probably even he and Teddy Bishop, they should be part of the Windward squad for the next franchise year, these two guys. We
So,
have another
so-
caller. Good evening.
It's not another caller, ma'am. Me again.
All right.
I would like to ask Mr. Loblack, does he know where that indoor basketball court is? Because I hear him talking about 500 to 600 people. You know, that place cannot hold 500 to 600, maybe 5 and 6 people. That those numbers are wrong. 500 to 600. Who are you trying to
Yeah,
patronize?
I think the sitting is probably not as much. True.
No, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. You know, that's what I heard.
You
That's what I
heard
heard.
that from who? Try and get your facts right before you come on.
My
the
facts right, brother.
Say about 500 to 600 people. It cannot hold 300. They cannot hold
Okay,
300.
thank
Mr.
you.
Loblack.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm very, very happy to hear that.
Yeah, well, I hope people go there. That's what I'm saying. I hope people go. It will be nice. It will be a nice thing tonight. I think tomorrow night. I think they say is the bouillon night or whatever night, and they have some bouillon acts. And the last night they say they have cadence on Sunday or whatever it is. So 4 nights. So let's hope we see some good basketball. Let's hope the Dominican representative teams do well there. Let's hope they do well. Yeah.
But did Blazers win something, Blazers?
I think there's a Premier Division and the First Division. I think they won the First Division. The Premier is still going on. I think they lost a game last night, so the finals will continue next week. Next week, the finals. But going back to the West Indies guys, we saw them lose again last week, and in fact the match. I had said it last week. The match finished inside 3 days ago.
Yes, you did say it to the end of
I
Saturday.
said I didn't expect them to go past Saturday. And it really is a shame, eh? I mean,
no, but what I'm thinking, you have 256 to win.
Yeah.
In 2 days.
In 2.5 days.
Yes.
I mean, just take your time, and see how Afana has got out. After being patient, he just lost it again.
In fact, the ball he got out, if you watch it, it was about 2 feet outside the off stump. Now, it's going to be difficult to sweep against an off spinner going away from you. And it's very difficult because it's away, way outside. So you try to take it from out there to bring across. It's very almost impossible to do that. I mean,
But to me, it's a lack of discipline, though, because you just have to stay there. If you just stay on the pitch, you score the runs. And then we saw. And my biggest disappointment was Hodge. Hodge came in there and was batting like it was a T10, not even a T20, a T10, that he had to score a 6 or 4 in every ball. And I thought he looked in good nick. I like how he came out looking very confident, positive, but he got carried away. Again, it's just discipline,
But what about Louis, Carty, and Brathwaite? We see our players are not mentally prepared. Sebastian made the point that in some instances, they've got technical shortcomings. Sebastian has been very much involved in cricket at a high level, a very high level. If he was playing today, he would walk onto the West Indies team. I would like Sebastian to comment on the mental and technical preparedness of our top-level batsmen.
Fitness,
Brathwaite,
gotta be fit.
Louis, Carty, Hodge, Apanas.
The first thing I would say, when I was a selector, what we would do, if a youngster comes on the first year and he does well, we wouldn't rush to put him in the senior team right away. We probably put him in A team, let him go there.
Build him up.
Because, as a selector, you can look at a guy. He doesn't do well, but your gut feeling can tell you that guy could be a next Viv Richards or next Brian Lara or something. That can happen. But Louis, okay, what I know about Michael Louis, right? He was a leg spinner, when I was selected for the Leeward Islands about 3 or 4 years ago. He took on batting, but you look at him, he has a lot of work to do. You look at him, he comes forward most of the time. So if the ball is short sometimes, he doesn't rock back. Take for instance, if you look at Richards when he batted, he would come forward, but he would bait you. So if the ball is short, then he would go back. But Louis comes and he plants his foot. So most times, if the ball is short, he gets himself in trouble. And then he probably sometimes doesn't know where he's off stopping. He pushes at balls he shouldn't be playing at. So it's somebody probably that could be in the A team, get some work though.
So you're putting it down to just the lack of experience.
Because
that's what it is.
He's only played what 6-7 first-class matches.
Yes,
and right away you put him to.
Yeah.
You look at Harry Brook. I mean, look at how many matches this guy. Look at Bellingham, the guy who played for Suffolk. You know how many matches he has played? Almost 100 and something. Who average over 50 compared to our guys. You bring a man after 7 games against high-class bowling.
Yes.
You're going to struggle. You're going, and Landa called me and I was saying to him, I wouldn't pick Afanaz to play in the T20 team, honestly.
True.
I mean, after England, what I would do, people like Afanaz, Louis, Hodgard, you tell them go home, take a couple weeks, and then get some specialist training for them. Because, West Indies has test matches in November again, and you have the CPL now. These guys in the CPL, that goes till the end of September, early October. So you're playing this, like the Jamaicans will say, swiping cricket for the next 5 weeks, where they should really in that environment where they can really, because you see, you have to be able to bat. I don't care what people say, to play T20. If you cannot bat, you will not play T20. Because it's not like before you just come and slug. They have all kind of analysts now who can work who they know they work out people. So if you can bat like Virat Kohli or these guys who are real batsmen, you will make runs in T20. But if you cannot bat, you are going to make runs. And I just feel people like Alec and them, I don't know why they rush putting them in this thing, honestly. I really don't.
Sibo, question for you. Question for Sebastian. Question for you. I'm just listening to you. Very technical. You know the game. Looking at India, in particular, Sebastian. You look at the staff. Look at the coaching staff of England, of India, compared to West Indies. Look at India, for example, how many past players you have involved in the coaching in India?
Well, the team now, you have Gambia now, Dravid has retired. You have, I see they have appointed Mono Morkel, the South African fast bowler, as the bowling coach. I see they have Tendo Skati, the guy from, I think it was Holland, he's a coach as well. So they have, some of this team, the backroom staff is more than the team. You look at England backroom. Okay, look at the England team. You have Collingwood, you have Trescothick, you have Anderson now, a whole set of former players. Well, again, they can afford that too, eh? West Indies, you only have about 4 or 5 backroom staff. Compared
So who involved in the back? You talk about you're looking at the open batsman and flaws. Who and the coach? Who going to assist him?
Jimmy Adams is there. He's supposed to be the batting coach. Jimmy Adams is there.
And Haynes is no longer there, right?
No, Haynes is no longer. Jimmy Adams is the batting coach. Jimmy Adams. Well, Jimmy Adams coaching in England.
Who else is him?
There's Sean Tate, the fast bowling coach from Australia.
You see, a fast ball. I'm talking about batting to help the batsman. So
Jimmy Adams is there. I just said to you, Jimmy Adams is there.
So he alone.
He alone. He's supposed to be batting coach.
So
then you have Andre Coley, the head coach.
When Lara, what Lara recently heard about, he was involved with West Indies team.
He was supposed to be a mentor. He was, he was supposed to be the mentor. That's what he was. So I don't think no longer there.
In a suit.
Well,
no, it helps, As
a
mentor, I mean, it can inspire the guy.
I would have Lara more involved. Because presently, Sibo, we are seeing a lot of flaws. You are referring to these young batsmen, and you're seeing a lot of flaws in their batting. That's why we need some experienced batsmen. Besides, I don't know, man.
But again, you cannot go with a team with too many rookies out there. You need a couple of experienced people there to help the guys.
I agree with you.
You cannot have, you look at our batting team. Louis just started his career. Kati just starting. Afanaz only played 9 matches. Kevin Hodge about 6. I mean, too many of them. Too many. You need a couple experienced guys in there to help the youngsters. And that's where we're struggling, our problem.
So what experienced guys you looking at, Sibo?
Well, that's
the problem.
That's the problem. That's where you have a problem.
Outside of Chase and Shea Hope.
I mean, when I was a selector, that's why we brought in Hetmeyer. He played against England after when we beat England. He was batting at 6. We brought him as a test batsman. But now they have him now playing T20. And West Indies don't have how is it, enough players to have people specialists. That's my point. We cannot have guys. But look at India. Jaswal plays all formats, you know. Jaswal plays all formats. In fact, I was checking. Jaswal and Afanaz have played the same amount of matches, 9, right? Jaswal has played about 16 innings. He has 1,024 runs. He has 300s and 4 half centuries. Afanaz has played 9 matches. He has 17 innings. You only have 400 runs and you only have 2 half centuries. So when you look at that, I mean, you say but again, even before that, Jaswal first class average is almost 70 or 80 playing, and that's the difference between them and us.
But see, when you look at Afanaz and you see the quality of talent, what can be done to assist this guy to get to a higher level?
Well, as I say, he needs to get experience. Again, a stint in England would help him, playing county cricket. Again, look at what has happened with Seals. Seals played in county cricket and see how his development. So, that's what I'm saying. Playing this T20, I don't know if that's going to help him. Playing T20, I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's take this caller 1 minute. Good evening.
Yes, Sibu.
Yes.
That's why I've been making that very point on your program for the past 3 weeks, that we needed some experienced guys with the young men. That's why I was calling. I understand King is injured. Now I was calling for Sherwood and Chase and maybe whoever can replace King. As you rightly said, we made the tour with the West Indies under 15 as a leg spinner, like with googly bowler. Yes. And then when his father told me he was batting, I was surprised that the progress he had made when he decided to become a batsman and an opening batsman at that. So you need the senior guys there with them to mentor them, to teach them. We put them in a baptism of fire, first against Australia, then England under the English conditions, and now South Africa with no senior person around them. Now, Simon, you talk about the coaches from Holland. Could you imagine you have people like Virat Kohli, the captain Sharma, Rahul, and those fellas on the thing. You know what the fella says his focus is going to be? To focus on the Indian team batting spin again.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Because he said in their quest to do well overseas, you don't know they have forgotten to bat spin. They lost 29 wickets to spin against Sri Lanka.
Yeah, in the one day.
And you're talking about class batsmen, like Rahul and Sharma, those guys. Challenge for our young, inexperienced guys. So as you rightly said, and I don't know what the West Indies, I heard a Jamaican guy was very upset because Johnson Charles is on the T20 team and we should be building for the next World Cup because the next World Cup is 2 years from now. But you must have some senior guys on the T20 team to play around. You bring in Arsenal. Why you bring Arsenal on the T20 team for?
Yeah, that's the thing. Too many young guys and nobody, and the captain himself is not really inspiring guys. That's the problem.
The guy, I've never been impressed with Brathwaite from day one. Brathwaite, to me,
Brathwaite has played almost 100 matches. You know that? Almost 100 test matches, and his average, I noticed his average is going down. He's gone back to like 32.
But it must go down.
So
yeah,
it's a problem we have, and I don't know. As I say, our young guys, what do we do? To me,
I come back to you, and Lander speaks about mentor, about management. I look at Chandapal. Chandapal, first of all, rose, his batting improved. He did a lot of work on his own. He had a sling. When he gets to Guyana, I understood he had some youngsters bowling to him. He found where it was. You, Sebastian, he doesn't stay at your home. Winster Park, come back to Winster Park again in those days. Every afternoon in the Winster Park, you have 12 guys bowling spin to you. 12 guys bowling. If you survived, all when you saw knock, Sebastian, you were there. Cricket wasn't like guys were batting. You love to bat. You look forward, for a knock. You have to help yourself. Deeply, you have to help yourself.
Well, boy, I don't know. I mean, but again, even locally, you don't see much cricket being played. I mean, We don't have a 2-day competition.
Yeah.
We don't even that. I mean, you remember in the days, I mean, watching first division cricket in the gardens, crowds.
Yes.
2-day cricket. I mean, we don't even have that. This year, the association has not a 2-day competition.
But what prevents the association from doing this?
That is a good point. Okay. They had it, first of all, where they made the mistake, they started this season with an intermediate cricket. I mean, the first division should take priority to have 2 days. Then after them, they had a T10. And then they started a 50-over competition. And it had to be, I'll have to say, aborted because then you had a 1-day tournament in St. Lucia. You had to pick a team. They only trained for 2. Okay, they won, yes, but that's, again, not good preparation. So, obviously, that tournament is over. In fact, I went to the garden Sunday. I saw the covers on. There might have been a match scheduled for the team wouldn't show up because tournament gone. They pick a Dominica team already. You think men gonna come there and play? So obviously there has been no cricket going on, and that is a problem.
But interestingly, Sibo, we still have a lot of talent in Dominica. We've got 5 players on the United Islands team.
It's natural talent.
And we're playing all right. And we've got 2 players playing for West Indies.
Yes.
So it means that if we can continue organizing ourselves in Dominica, Dominica can once again assume its formidable position in cricket in the Caribbean.
Well, you hear what you just said. We can organize ourselves.
Come back to management.
Yeah.
But Sibo, what I'd like to do, we're at 7:47 now. We're trying to get Donnie Robinson. Apparently, we can't get him. I would like us to focus a bit and promote the Creole Basketball Championship.
But that's what we're talking about. I mean, that's why if we had him,
but
if we had him,
we can speak about it a bit. Because the teams that involve is Dr. Darrow Falcons, the Treads Blazers, that is Donnie Robinson team, Paybush Super Eagles, that's 3 Dominican teams. You've got the Wadatli Eagles, Stingrays from Antigua. You've got the Soufriere Kings from St. Lucia and the CCB from Guadeloupe. And it is very good and very impressive that our boy Maggie could collaborate with the Dominica Amateur Basketball Association to have that quality of basketball in Dominica. And I encourage as many people as possible to go out there in the limited facility in Massac and give critical support to the development of sports.
We have him, Thompson? Yeah, well, I guess they probably have this ceremony. That's why probably we can't get him. It would be nice if Donnie could have joined us live from down there and tell us what's happening.
But certainly we'd like to encourage the crowds, as you said, and that's very important that people go out there and support the various teams. The traveling teams have brought their people with them. So it'd be good that, the Dominican crowd go out there and support the Dominican team. It's a great effort. It's a great idea behind this. At least we'll give some more exposure to our local basketballers, and hopefully that will help them for any regional, competitions.
Yeah, I mean,
Sibo, also,
go ahead.
Yeah, even basketball. Don't forget the English League, Soccer League started there.
Yeah, well, I warn you about the soccer business, English Football League. In England, you never them say soccer. The English Football League, Premier League, started last weekend. This weekend, in fact, United played the first game on Saturday. I think they played Brighton Saturday morning, 7:30. Love games again on Saturday. The good thing now, you can watch it, Thompson. The last 3 years we haven't been able to see it, but ESPN carried the game. Okay. Yeah, I saw the game last weekend. ESPN carrying the games now.
Yeah, there was some controversy. Raheem Sterling was not played in the opener.
In fact, today.
And then he wrote a very, I would say, interesting letter, and he was heavily criticized for it.
Well, in fact, the coach said today that he can leave. The coach said that it's surplus requirements. So they said that he can be trying to, if he wants to leave, he can leave. Because he wasn't on the playing squad last weekend when they played. He wasn't on the squad. So
I guess he felt slighted. He felt that he should be on the starting.
Yeah.
And the first game is always a symbolic game. You want to win, and worse, Chelsea ended up losing.
And in fact, they have 22 players training, and he's not part of it.
He's not part. So I suspect he will most likely leave.
He will get transferred.
There are still a few more days within the transfer window. I think.
Well, I'm up to the 30th.
Yeah,
next Friday is the last day for transfers till January, so nobody can be transferred after that.
So I suspect he might
leave.
Chelsea, I find with that team, first of all, you look at Man City, same team. Arsenal, same team. All right, my team, Chelsea, last 3 years, they just changing. All I see is a new. Hey, you can't win this way.
In fact, they
Just
have
changing.
41 players on their books for Chelsea.
See, they're shuffling the players, man, because they have not been able to find the right
I
combination.
find my team. Look where we were once top 3. Now we what?
Well, I'm telling you, yeah, but for the past
ridiculous,
couple
man.
seasons, you've been between 8 and 10, so they're
We have
trying
dropped a
to
lot.
find the right combination.
What? Right combination? You don't get the new blood every time. New blood? You're joking, man.
Well,
because the old players are not doing it. They're not cutting it. So
Old
they have
players,
to
is
keep,
guys.
when I say old, I mean the players who are there. They're not cutting
Yeah,
it.
I
They're
know.
not winning. So they have to try other players.
They have a big
that's the nature
squad,
of the game.
Chelsea. I mean, as the coach said, they have 40 on their books.
On their books,
but they have to get rid of all these things.
But
I mean,
they have the money. I mean, they're in
The
terms
only-
of they're one of
The only thing, Dr. Fontaine, last season we had the best finish. That's all you can say. We had a best finish. That's what we had. Our consolation.
after a lousy start, yes.
Exactly.
A lousy start.
Yeah. But it's going to be interesting this year because a lot of the pundits think Arsenal this year could win the championship. Some of them say that. Olive good.
Well,
It's hard to bet against Manchester City.
Well,
yeah?
Arsenal has the same team. So,
They basically they are the same guys.
They've kept the team intact, so I think that's a good thing.
United have bought some new players, exciting players.
Yeah,
They brought some exciting players. Liverpool kept basically the same team. They have a new coach now because the coach left after a long time. So they have a new coach, Slot, a guy from Holland. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Tottenham themselves, they have a few new players themselves, Tottenham Hotspur.
Tottenham has not been doing well lately
No.
as well.
Last year they started well. They started well, but they faded away. They started well last year. Well, locally, we need to get in touch with Abby Lawrence for next week because a lot is happening in local football. The Dominica team is away on under 14 team and also the first division as well. So we need to get some next week. Yeah. Yeah, I think we need to take our last ad break now. Our last ad break now. Yeah. Just have to bring. Yeah. Guys, we're back. We only have a couple minutes, Lobby. Dr. Fountain, I say sorry we didn't get Ian Bishop tonight. I know the women's CPL is going on. Next week might be difficult because the men's CPL starts next Thursday. But the women are going on. It started last night. So there's Test cricket tomorrow morning, guys. I mean, in 6 o'clock, Sri Lanka and England. 1 o'clock in the morning, Pakistan and Bangladesh. West Indies play tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. The 2020. I noticed Mayers is not in that team. I was wondering why he's not on the team. I didn't see his name. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that's strange as well.
Yeah,
that
I
Mayers
didn't.
is
And they
not.
didn't say anything about when they said they were resting Joseph and Holder. And who's the other one? Three of them. And King is injured, but they said nothing about Mayers. So I was a bit surprised I didn't see his name in that squad tomorrow afternoon in Trinidad, 3 o'clock.
So, who are the new players that have been brought in there?
I don't think there's any new player. I see Matthew Ford is there.
Matthew Ford, yeah.
Yeah, and Ali Kafanaz are in there.
Johnson
From
Charles,
the World Cup, yeah.
Fabian Allen.
Well, Allen is back after an absence of some time. And all the regulars, Chase and Hope,
McCoy, Moti, Puran.
Hussein is there.
Yeah. Fresh out of his 100.
But they lost. His team lost on Saturday, yeah?
Well, they lost, but he
final.
took them to the Super Over.
Yeah.
He took them to the Super Over and they lost.
But I hardly watch the 100. And I hardly ever watch. Too much, man.
No, it's very interesting.
It was the 100 that caused Stoke his injury. You know that,
yes.
That's why Stoke is out of the series. Pull a hamstring and he's not going to be available for the entire series. So they had their T20. They had the blast. And now you come with this 100, everything, man. I mean, again, all that is about money. It's money. Money, I guess that's how they make their money.
Money. Sebastian, everything now is money now. Look, for example, Sebastian.
Funds to run again, but they need to have local today cricket in Dominica. And we keep saying that. I don't know why they're not listening. They need to have that. The only way
in South Africa, Sibo. The crowds were no crowd at all.
As we come to the end of the program, we have our 2 more minutes to go for the end of the program. I would like to encourage Dominicans to give Fialafo a raving welcome. You go out there and you participate and you show a high level of appreciation, irrespective of what is organized. We go out there and we give Fialafo the highest level of kudos that she deserves. She's a gold medalist and we need to give her optimal support.
Yeah, well, go ahead, Lomi.
And yes, I like what Landa has said, but he has also said that we need a track. The track must be up. The track must be there. You can say what about give fear.
Well, let's hear the politicians during the ceremonies because they are saying that we're going to have a track very soon.
But the only thing, Landa, let's say the politicians. You wouldn't hear anything because the head honcho not there, so the other fellas can say nothing. The head honcho not there.
When the president of the Athletic Association afraid, he's right there.
No, he's not afraid, Low Black.
Of course he's afraid.
I think this guy is very mentally organized. He knows his restrictions. He knows his limitations. He's not going overboard. You got to respect him, Low Black. I find you're too difficult on the young guy.
You speak about management. You speak about the country all the while. I speak about my sport, athletics. It's in my hand, athletics. We need. Look, does he feel comfortable? He goes to NACAC meeting. Everybody has a track except we alone. Everybody has a track. In the gardens, you come to Roseau. In the gardens, people go and train in the gardens. That's a place.
Well, anyway, Lobby, on behalf of you, Ronald Langder, Dr. Fountain, we have to say goodnight to everybody. I mean, the Workers' Voice follows. Next week we'll be back. We're obviously going to be talking about football next week, basketball. We have probably try and get Kavim Hodge on next week. He's an island. Try to have him in studio, have a conversation with him, because at least his next assignment, I guess, is November. He's not in any of the squads for the CPL. In any of the 6 squads? No, he's not in any of the squads. And the CPL starts next Thursday.
He's not.
No, he's not in any of the teams, the 6 teams. And the CPL starts next Thursday. So I guess he'll be an island training and
that's odd.
Yeah, get himself ready for the test series in November against Bangladesh. Yeah, the CPL starts next Thursday. He's not in any of the, and well, Antigua now has a team. Yeah, so he's not in
No,
any
but
of-
I find it odd that he's not. He's one of our premier batsmen.
Well,
And-
Louis is in there. I see Louis in the Antigua team. Afanaz, Carty's in the
so
Trinidad
he's
team.
not. He's not in the Windward team.
Well, no, not in St. Lucia team.
St. Lucia
No,
team.
no, it's not in. There's a last caller, baby. I don't know what the caller wants to say. Let's take that caller for the last caller. Good evening. Hello.
Time for Mr. Sheridan Gregoire to award all you, not when all you die, to award all you, because all you doing a good job, and I learning a lot from all you and other people. May God bless all you and protect all you. Thank you very much. Take care of all yourself. Up I gone. Boom, 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 boom.
I'm not say good. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody.